Hello, and welcome to Tech Tutorials for Teachers. Today I'm going to be going over how to do a multimedia content lesson using the platform Sutori. You're going to start with your sign-in. If you have an account through Clever, you can use that. For today I'm going to log in through Google using my school account. This is this page it will automatically bring you to. So there's three tabs you see up here: Stories, Students, and resources. Resources are pre-made Sutori templates that you can use, and you can customize them to fit your needs or your students' needs. Students is where you're going to see the classrooms that students are in when they logged in and get some data on students. But right now we're going to go back to stories so we can build our tree log. So I'm going to hit create a story. Once that happens, again, you have the option to use templates, but I'm going to go ahead and do blank. This big blue bar up here can hold a photo. So for today, we are going to do, you're going to click up here. If you click on the blue space, you'll see these three dots that appear. You're going to click here, click edit, and let's see if we can find a green eggs picture. Sure, green eggs. Today we're going to do Sutori content about green eggs. So I'm going to insert the title, green eggs. And it says write a short introduction, so I like to use this space for directions, but feel free to use this however you see fit. Please read, watch, or listen to the content, then respond to the prompts listed by leaving a comment. Okay, now again, you can insert a heading. So if you were doing timelines, this would be a great place to insert a heading, but because mine is just content, I can label this maybe the lesson 1.1. Great. So now when you see this blue little plus sign, this is how you're going to add in your content. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have them watch a video. Sutori is a perfect app to apps match with. All of these links will automatically show up and are seamlessly integrated into your Sutori tree. So I'm going to do, here's green eggs and ham from YouTube. I'm going to copy that link, paste it in this link. Then automatically you're going to see the video here embedded for your students. Start typing, why were the eggs green and the ham a normal color? Now when my students go to see this, this is what they're going to respond to, and they're going to respond by hitting the comment button, and I'll show you what that looks like on the student facing side in a minute. All right, now I have a video. Great. I want to do an audio. I want to do a podcast. So here's a podcast. I'm going to hit the share button, and a lot of these will allow you to copy the URL just for the podcast. So you don't have to so the kids don't have to navigate through the website and find the website, then click on the link. Is it the right podcast? This automatically uploaded it to it. What is comedian Dan discussing this week? Great, another one's added. So now you've seen how to do a video, you've seen how to do a podcast. Images are really great because it gives students a visual way to interact. So I just went up and I searched some green eggs and ham images. When you right click on any image, you're going to get the option to copy this link's address. And if you go here, you go to the link. You can also conversely use your Google Drive. You can use drag and drop. You can use Unsplash. If something's saved on your drive, you're going to want to do this option. But if I do the link, it automatically puts the picture in here. So again, I'm going to show that one more time. Whenever you click any of these options, whether it's image, video, audio, you're going to get the option to download it from your device, Unsplash, drag and drop where you won't have to look through all your folders. You can use a link, or you can have all your content in your Google Drive. Great, so this is done, and I would enter in another prompt And then how can I share this to my classroom? So if I hit share, I can do here, and I can make it secret. So for options for Google Classroom, you can make it secret or you can make it public. The only option for private is if you share it with an individual. So for this, I'm going to make it secret. Secret just means anybody who searches this on the web is not public. And I'm going to do can view and comment, because if I only put can view, they won't have the comments and they won't be able to respond to my writing prompts. If you put can edit, they can add videos and they have all the options of adding to the tree just like you did. But I don't want them to add to the tree, I just want them to use the tree to engage. So I'm going to put can view and comment. I'm going to go through the Google Classroom button. So you can actually copy the link if you want to do this in Google Classroom, or you can hit the Google Classroom and it'll automatically redirect you and allow you to assign this particular tree as an assignment, a question, make an announcement, create material. So that's the way you can share it with your students. Once you've shared it with your students, you can look at their data here. And I'm just going to go to one of my students, and I'm going to pick one, and you can also see the stories they've created. So I'm going to look at this story. I can see what they've created on the tree itself, but I also get stats. So this helps you with, is the student really engaging? View stats. So this student has 2 text items, images, headings, and it has 2 views. This is the time they spent on it. I find this really helpful to know if students are just copying and pasting and not really doing anything with the assignment, or this took her an hour to do, so the likelihood that she actually spent time on this and collected the data is very good. If you embed quizzes, you will have the results to your quizzes here. If there's comments, you will have the comments here. That is how to check your student data. It also exports to Google. They can turn it in via Google Classroom, and you can mark it yourself on Google Classroom. The last thing I'm going to show you on here that I did not get to show you before is how to add a quiz. The only downside with the quizzes, so you have a multiple choice quiz or a matching quiz. You can only ask one question for each of these. So again, you can only use these options, one question for each of these. But I hope that helps you create your first Sutori tree to use for students. A little bit about the pricing. Per educator, it's $100 a year. Departments, Sutori for schools, but I want to let you know about a really awesome option, which is being able to use Sutori through Sutori Storyteller for free. So if you create an online story like this, if you organize a PD for your school, write a blog post, and you submit it to this address, you get a free year of Sutori. So I'm really happy that they offer this option, and I think that's a great way to get feedback on their app. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you get to create your own Sutori tree. I've also created a link so you can see the other uses for Sutori and how this is being used in various ways.